Welcome to a Friday edition of the Nightly Nuge, which means Friday free for all. I love it when we come on, Ted, and I see you have that guitar in your lap.
More now, Keith, than I ever have. Thank you, everybody, for making Ted Nugent Detroit Muscle CD and Spotify and iTunes and all that, for making it the #2 record in the world, because real music lovers demand piss and vinegar and spirit and attitude and a grinding animal breeding soundtrack. And Greg Smith on bass and Jason Hartless on the drums, we thank you for supporting our musical dreams. God bless you all, man.
And if you want to buy one of those, go to tednugent.com. They're available on there. But Ted, let's just jump into the promotion, because Ted and I are such believers in we the people voting. We've teamed up with huntthevote.org. Huntthevote.org. We encourage you to go there. There's a little box that says Patriot Code. If you put in TNN USA, we're going to draw a winner out every day for the next month, and you could win a signed CD of Detroit Muscle, Ted's brand new CD #2 everywhere. And let's pick our winner right now, John Fox. John Fox from Indiana, you're getting you a signed copy of that. So Ted, let's talk a little bit about music. And, with this ministry of truth that the Biden administration has put out there, I'm very concerned because I'm a product of the 70s. You were going strong in the 70s. Imagine if the Ministry of Truth was around there, they would have banned all the Vietnam protest songs. The general public, the young folks, wouldn't have been made aware of some of the things that were going on over there. I'm very concerned that artists, that authors, that musicians, that poets, that comedians, they may all end up being censored because of the Ministry of Truth. What's your take on the arts being stifled by this Nazi-like program?
Well, it really is a shot back to Nazis and tyrants and kings and emperors. And this experiment in self-government was established because free men, free people, don't believe in kings or tyrants or emperors or gods or dictators or despots. We don't believe that a man is in control of our life. We believe that we would write down self-evident truths identifying that God gave each of us individual rights. And the First Amendment is about freedom of speech, first and foremost. And without the right to express yourself honestly and unafraid, whether it hurts feelings, whether there's disagreement, and of course there will always be hurt feelings and there will always be disagreements. That's the essence of the spirit of man, debating and discussing and learning and seeking new ideas and new dreams and the truth and the evidence to support the truth versus fantasies or hunches or presumptions. And if you look at what the left has done before the Ministry of Truth, even though George Goebbels, but the Nazis created, where they limited free speech, they limited religion, they limited assembly, and they certainly took away anyone's right to keep and bear arms, because once they muzzle you and you can't protest, then they can disarm you and they own you. So this Ministry of Truth is toxic. It's anti-human. It's clearly dangerously anti-American. And once again, whether you're an artist, Lenny Bruce, what interesting guy, and Sam Kinison or Richard Pryor, and I got to hang out with Robin Williams and Rodney Dangerfield, and now we have Dave Chappelle. We got some other funny guys. But here's an example. I was on Bill Maher's Politically Incorrect TV show 16 times. And he resisted at first, but his producers went, no, Bill, if you want to have integrity, you got to have the other side on your show. You can't just be surrounded by yes men who genuflect at your altar of hunches and beliefs. So we got along just fine, man. I mean, we communicate even to this day. He's offered to send me a jet to come back on his new show, Real Time with Bill Maher. And I admire the guy. I don't agree with a lot what he says, but if you've noticed, in the aura of freedom, in the arena of freedom as guaranteed by the First Amendment. And of course, the First Amendment didn't give us freedom. First Amendment acknowledged that we had that freedom. We are born with that freedom. And in case anybody wants to play King George or Emperor or Tyrant, we can refer to the document and go, no, pal, you can't muzzle us. You can't have a ministry of truth. Look, it says so right here. And by the way, Joe, you swore an oath to this sacred constitutional document, and you're violating your oath by even thinking you have the right for a ministry of your truth. And that's what it boils down to. So once again, Keith, we are spotlighting our house ablaze. We can't just stand there and go, damn house burn. Look at the flame, man, those flames. Grab the hose of We the People activism and communicate with your elected employees that you can't have a ministry of truth. I disagree with a lot of my friends, and we still jam and we still share a campfire. There should be a civil dialogue between freedom-loving people, whether we agree or disagree, and it can be summarized thusly. You can't hurt my feelings. Every time the media uses their First Amendment wrongly, if I do say, they put quotes around words that never came out of my mouth, quotes around words that never came out of President Trump's mouth. We see the abuse all the time, but if we don't have the right to retaliate and identify that some uses of the First Amendment are lies, if we don't have the right to do that, then the experiment in self-government is over. So again, thanks everybody for joining us on the Nightly Nuge and on my Spirit Campfire. I'm about to unleash the Real American Voice Ted Nugent podcast. I think it's called Triple Live Gonzo or something. But Real America's Voice, the Nightly Nuge, my Spirit podcast. I do media all around the world, Keith, every day. And when I share my accumulated boots on the ground, hands-on eyewitness belief system, I'm pretty cocky, but I'm not cocky enough to deny evidence or deny truth or deny history. And when I share that, even in liberal formats, I get a lot of this. Well, let me play devil's advocate. Well, if you want to go against the truth found in the Constitution, I guess you would have to take the side of the devil. But that's the beauty of America. Say what you want, say what you believe, and the ministry of truth and any attempts of any successes at censorship, big tech, has really destroyed an honest dialogue for dream, beliefs, ideologies, and individual thought. You have to have all those ingredients to truly be free. So let's stand up for what we believe in and join us at huntthevote.org and hunternation.org to make sure that we get legal elections and that we the people vote our conscience.
Ted, before I let you go, other than Detroit Muscle, what's the last non-Ted Nugent CD or artist you've either listened to around the house or in your truck? Who'd you listen to recently?
James Brown live at the Apollo. I'm still, to this day, all those black heroes still course through my musical spirit freedom veins. And James Brown, the level the bar that he's set has not been beat since that great man was the hardest working man in show business. And there's a lot of great talent out there today, but I'm still referring to James Brown when it comes to tightness, authority, attitude, sexy grind and drive, and just musical presence. There's a real presence to a guy like James Brown. So God bless James Brown and the Famous Flames.
Last album I listened to, Don McLean, American Pie, because it's the 50th anniversary. I've been kind of stuck on that song myself. So, hey, come back tomorrow, guys, and we're going to talk about little outdoor lifestyle type of things. It'll be our weekend edition of the Nightly Nuge. See you tomorrow, Ted.
See you tomorrow, Keith.